What's up, friends? My name is Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. You can call me whatever you'd like. Welcome to FPV Crate open 4 months worth Fridays. Well, Friday. I'll never do this again. Oh god, I finally hit that big power. That's not really a power loop, but here, look. The big one, ready? Ooh, dirty. The dirt. I gotta go take another shower after that one. Here we go again. Let's watch it again. No, that's not the one. This is the one. Man, that's a big distance, yo. That's like a full football field. Here's the one. Here's the one. Let's get it. Come on. Past Ciotti. Get back into it. Past Ciotti. What are you doing? Hurry up. Here we go. There it is. Oh, God, is that satisfying. Yeah, so we're going to open up 1 million FPV crates today. And then I'm going to wrap this up. And, yeah, Friday night, go have some fun. So should you guys. You got Bot Grinder at 9 o'clock if you don't have any plans for tonight. And, yeah, I don't know. Hey, this is my full-time job. if you'd like to support me on this wild journey that is figuring out how the hell to make FPV a full-time job, that's not the right website. Head on over to my website, not FPV Cycle, CiottiFPV.com. If you go to CiottiFPV.com, I will love you forever, and you will be in my heart and soul and crotchal region until the dawn of time. This is what this is what it looks like. Patreon helps me out the most for sure. For $3 whole a month, which is only 10 cents a day, you can join my Patreon. It makes a huge impact. It's the closest thing that I have to a paycheck. It really makes a big deal. And quite frankly, it's well worth it for $3 a month. There's a bunch of other tiers if you want to get into the giveaways. There's $5, $10, $20, $30 tiers. There's even a $42 tier that, you know, stoners kept asking me for. And there's even a $50 tier if you want my cell phone number so that you can send me lewd messages. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there. All kinds of really good benefits over on the Patreon page. Audio versions of all of these live streams. I stream 10 to 14 hours a week. I know it's got to be really difficult for you guys to look at my big stupid face for that much time. But I've got a lot of knowledge that I sprinkle around Earth. So if you want to if you want to receive all of that knowledge and not have to gouge your eyes out, I've got you covered. You just got to give me $3 a month. So yeah, audio versions, like basically podcasts of all these live streams. A bunch of technical articles over there, how to PID tune the easy way, how to filter tune the easy way. You got motor heat, I got you covered. You got video noise, I got you covered. Access to the Discord group with channels such as the Video Collective, so you can post your edits, and maybe I'll play them on a stream while I'm doing the giveaways. Lots and lots more. I have a Patreon only playlist over on Facebook with almost 100 like either half done or just edits that I'm not totally happy with. So if you like watching my flying, this is a way to get, you know, a bunch of that in front of you. A whole bunch of like rando, just single battery, easy, simple edits, or just like raw footage, which is really fun to watch. It'll make you feel a lot better because when you see how often I crash, you'll be like, oh, okay, I can do that. Yeah, lots of really good shit going on over on the Patreon page. YouTube and Instagram links here. Link over to Etsy with some excellent stickers and some random hardware. Fiverr's got a bunch of shit going on. Teespring has a bunch of shit going on, as does FPV Exchange. I've got a bunch of affiliate links. If you're ever doing an order for anything, literally anything, on any one of these websites, if you hit my affiliate link or if you replace your bookmarks with my affiliate links, you won't even have to think about it. I will get 1 to 6% of your entire shopping cart. It makes a huge difference. It is free money. You guys are doing an amazing job, way better than me, at remembering to use these affiliate links. It really does make a difference. So yeah, if you're ever doing orders on FPV Cycle, Amazon, Get FPV, Oh My God Site, FPV Crate, Banggood, Camera Butter, or AliExpress, hit my affiliate link if you don't mind before your order. And yeah, I'll love you until the dawn of time, which, you know, what are we thinking, like 20 years from now? Maybe 25 years from now? Links to if you want to send me a PayPal instead of a super chat, if you want to just directly support me, you can do that here. That's my Facebook page. This is FPV Therapy, a group very near and dear to my heart that I created over on Facebook for those of us with mental illness issues that also fly FPV to kind of hang out, swap war stories. It's not a Facebook group to dump flight edits into. If there's a story behind the flight edit, like, you know, hey guys, I was feeling really shitty today, but I went out and flew, here's the flight, it made me feel a lot better. That's cool. Post that up for sure. I'm not going to leave it up there forever, but I'll leave it up for a week or two. That's totally fine, but it's mainly for us to try to get better. I've got a lot of stuff up there that I've put from Healthy Gamer GG, a lot of stuff about yoga, meditation, yeah, a lot of really good stuff going on over there. If you or anybody in your life has struggles with mental illness, get your ass over, read some of our stories. You're going to be a better human here on Earth because of it, I promise you. And you're going to feel good about yourself. So who doesn't need a little bit of that today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day? There's even some BattleBots info down here at the bottom. This is what the Etsy store looks like. Look at all these beautiful stickers. Nobody's done an order in a while, so somebody do an Etsy order, or else I'm going to shut this whole fucking thing down. Say I won't. Say I won't, motherfuckers. A bunch of random hardware. Bunch of random hardware here as well. This is my Fiverr page. I'm doing flight instruction via the simulator, virtual flight instruction and flight coaching. If you want to fly like I fly, if you want to, you know, if your flying has been improving at like this much of a rate, if you want it to improve at that much of a rate, I can definitely help you out. That's what instructors do. That's what coaches do. They've busted their asses and put tons of time and effort into figuring out how to break down the really difficult concepts into bite-sized chunks to help newer people learn faster. And when you fly good, you feel good. So yeah, let me help you out. I promise you'll have a blast. I'm also doing tuning. If you like the way my rigs are tuned, nice and smooth, no prop wash. I can help you out with that as well. I can even, like, a part of this tuning session is like education. Like I don't want you to have to come back over and over and over again for tunes. So in the half an hour or hour that you book me for during tuning, we talk about what I'm doing so that you are on a path to adjust the tune with some level of confidence. So yeah, it's also like an education kind of session there with the tuning. Same thing with the build planning down here. I will spec out the best parts for your FPV drone. I have wasted thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars buying the wrong parts. I now know what the wrong parts are. It's too big of a list for me to tell you all of them. You got to pay me so we can do it one-on-one, and I can make sure that you get the right stuff. I don't spend that session telling you the wrong parts. I spend that session telling you the right parts. So yeah, build planning is a big deal. What makes more sense, giving a gangly guy $80 for an hour of his time, or wasting $800 buying garbage components and wasting 20, 30, 40 hours removing and reinstalling blown up parts? Right? I'm also working with Remy Tim and FPV. Remy Tim is doing FPV mentoring. If you've got technical questions, or if you've got somebody in your life that's trying to get up in the air, Remy Tim can definitely help them out. FPV is doing editing, video editing of your flight footage. If you want to look like a better pilot than you are and have an awesome little chunk of your life that is set to music and is just really fun for you to watch forever, Finn can do that for you. It's not a lot of money. And I shit you not, 10 years from now, you're going to watch something that you had Finn edit down for you, and you're going to be like, damn, I'm really glad that I did that. I mean, I guess technically 10 years from now, you'll probably still have the footage, so you could just hire him 10 years from now, but don't hire him now. Having proper flight edits. I've been uploading stuff here to YouTube for 13 years, and when I look back at the airsoft stuff that I edited 13 years ago, and I watch it now, it transports me back to that exact moment in my life, and that is really fucking cool. Like, that is a really, like, I just feel so, like, lucky that I did that, and yeah, and it makes it so that because, like, you know, we all save this footage. We save hours and hours and hours and hours of footage because maybe we'll do something with it someday, or maybe I'll watch it someday. You're not going to watch hours and hours of footage someday. You're going to be busy. 10 years from now, you're going to be fucking busy. You're not going to watch it. But if it's edited down and set to music and it's 4 minutes, you're going to watch it, right? So do it. Or else. Your choice. This is what the Teespring store looks like. Eventually it'll load, maybe. That's what she said. Is it? While that's going... Oh, there it goes. Here's the new artwork. God damn it, I gotta get the dual color version of this artwork up here. This is paying homage to Hoonigan's Kill All Tires graphics. CMYK FPV absolutely killed this design. If you need graphic design done and you don't get it done through CMYK FPV, I will... phone case, organic tote bag. You know you need a tote bag. You know you've had those moments where your flight bag is completely filled with shit and you just need to bring one more thing. Get a tote bag. And then the shirt with the new logo on the back. You can't tell me you don't think that's sexy as hell. If you don't think it's sexy as hell, don't tell me. You'll hurt my feelings. A bunch of other stuff going on here on Teespring. Some mugs with some of the OG logos that Kristen designed. Hoodies, sweatshirts, long sleeve t-shirts, zip up hoodies, all kinds of good stuff. If you see one of these designs that's on the wrong color t-shirt, or you want it on a sweatshirt, not a t-shirt, or vice versa, just let me know. It's very easy for me to go in here and take one of these existing products and just change it onto a different item or change the color or whatever. I would love to do that for you guys. I took a bunch of shots in the dark with what you guys might like here on the Teespring store, but yeah, like if you want this collective logo just on a t-shirt, I can do that for you. It'll be like 3 minutes of my time, and quite frankly, I would love to do that for you. Also, there's going to be a whole bunch of new versions. That's the worst words I've ever put. Wow, just continuing to put all the wrong words together. There's going to be a bunch more. There's more. More things coming to the Teespring. Even now, what is happening? There are many new items coming to the Teespring store. Is that there we go. That's wow. This is FPV Exchange. If you're not on FPV Exchange yet, you're an idiot. Get on over there, set up an account. If you don't, I'll attack you physically next time I see you. It's a great site made by a great guy. Get your ass over there, start getting deals on stuff. Stop having to go to 30 different websites to see if something's in stock. Look for the item that you're looking to buy on FPV Exchange. It'll give you a list of all the websites that sell it and anybody that's selling it used. And then you can also sell your used stuff. It's a big deal. In the chat, lots of beautiful people. Jackalope FPV was first. Frank Nicholas was next. Haxed FPV, Mr. Huggy, J Drones, Grumpy FPV, Sababa, Robin Duckett, Huckleberry, Eat Your Veg, Espander, Andy Taylor, June Loco, Michael Blade, RC next Tuesday, and a little bit of Steady Eddie. What's up, fools? That's the first page. If you want me to read your name, you got to get in early. You got to say something. If you want me to read your comment, all you got to do is tag me. And to tag me, all you got to do is type my name. You got to spell it correctly. You can. You don't have to. Put an @ in front of it. You can do this with everyone. If you want to talk directly to Haxed FPV and make sure that he sees your message, type his name. On his screen, it'll come up in orange, just like it does with mine. There's a bunch of names that I don't recognize. Where'd you guys find me, out of curiosity? Anybody who's new to the channel here or to the chat in the last couple of weeks, let's say, do me a favor, tag me in a chat comment and let me know how you found me, because I want to spend more time on whatever platform you found me on. Yeah, I'll give you a little shout out. Hax says hello. J Drone says hi, dude. Frank Nicholas dropping the link to CiottiFPV.com. Thank you, Frank. Robin Duckett says, how many people actually get on the $50 tier? How inundated are you? That's a really good question, Robin. I think Frank Nicholas was the first on the $50 tier. I think I have maybe like 4 people on there, maybe 4 or 5 people on there. That tier, that's the one tier that people tend to come on and off of the most often. When some of you guys are making good money at work, 1 month, I'll see you jump onto that $50 tier. And then if things are getting a little bit slow, I'll see you. A lot of those guys, usually what they'll do is drop down to the $30 a month tier, because that way they're getting into all those giveaways, which is like so cool. Like it's interesting, right? Like I love that you guys do that. Like that's perfect. And then what'll happen a lot of times is like, usually what'll happen is the first time that somebody goes up to the 42 or the $50 tier and then they drop down, they'll send me like a really nice message on Patreon, like, hey man, I'm so sorry that I have to drop down. I really want to support you, but my car blew up and I need the money. And like, it's so cool that like you guys are invested in me in that way, right? And like it really means a lot to me. For the record, don't ever feel like you guys need to send me that message. I actually struggle when I get those messages to figure out like exactly what to say, because I'm like, what I want to say is just like, dude, don't even worry about it. It's totally cool. If you give me anything, it's amazing. But like, it's like a heartfelt message, and I don't want anybody to ever feel like I'm blowing them off in that way. So I'll always try to like, I don't know, like I'll just usually like I'll try to like maybe tell a little story about like how much they've helped me, or I just try to give them, you know, just give a little bit of something, a little more than just like, you know, hey, don't worry about it, it's all good, I'm fine, right? Like that's the, you know, I appreciate when people take time out of their day to say cool shit to me. It really means a lot, and it's one of the reasons that I'm still sitting here, to be dead honest with you guys. Like the feedback that you guys give me, and this is not me shilling for more feedback, like don't ever feel like you have to reach out to me and say nice things to me, right? Like the whole point is that you guys do that out of the kindness of your own hearts, right? Like the fact that you think to do that is insane, and like I get that, right? Like I see that, and that's so like so flattering, and just it just means a lot. It really does. And like a lot of times those messages will come, it's weird, like those messages will come when I need them, when I need them the most. Those of you OG folks that were around last year know all about that. And earlier this year to some extent too. And yeah, it's a big deal. So thanks, guys. You guys have done this. Look what you've created! Literally. Eat Your Veg says, typical, I'm awake for a live stream, but in a dance shed at a festival, so I'm afraid I'll have to watch on replay. Have a good one. I hope you're feeling better. CiottiFPV rave on. I am finally feeling better. Yesterday, I finally started feeling better. And I am jacked the fuck up. I was up until 7 a.m. last night on a little bit of a manic episode. Not really an episode, just when I was sick, I was really trying to rest to try to get rid of the sickness as quick as possible, so that I could get back to normal. Usually I don't do that. Usually I try to work through sickness, and the sickness drags on a lot longer than it needs to because I'm still working. So I tried it a little bit differently this time, and I'm really behind now, of course, because, you know, I haven't been cranking for 10 hours a day every day. So yeah, it kind of caught up to me last night, and I wasn't tired. I laid down, and I just wasn't tired. I'm like, well, okay, I'll get up and rearrange the living room and do this and do that and do this, and so yeah, I'm all jacked up on the crack cocaine right now. Expander says hi. June Loco says yo, what's good? But Michael Blades says, hey bud, happy Friday indeed to all of you beautiful bastards. Steady Eddie says, just ordered from your Etsy, cool your jets, and thank you, LOL. Very cool of you, Steady Eddie. Can't wait to ship you out some stuff. Jackalope FPV says, found you on OnlyFans, rest in peace. Yeah, OnlyFans has been in the news. Kevin Summers says, came as a hangover from Joshua Bardwell streams. Very cool. Robin Duckett says, CiottiFPV is the best. Thank you, Robin. And then Steady Eddie says, that Rampage shirt is bringing back some feels. My dad and I road tripped from New York and had such a good time bonding and meeting such awesome people. Now I'm teaching him. Quality time. Very, very cool, Steady Eddie. Yeah, Rampage is a very unique, very special thing. Both times. It's been really, really cool. This time, Rampage this year came at a very strange period in my life. Yeah, it came just at the right time, and it was yeah, crazy period in my life. But just forever memories. Absolute, like, memories forever from Rampage. Enough fucking around. Let's open some FPV crates. That's what you're here for. That's what we're doing today. Hit me with any questions that you've got in the chat, especially now that I'm all caught up. In the meantime, I'm going to cut open 4 months worth of FPV crates. I guess I should definitely say a little bit of an apology to FPV Crate. They send me these crates for, you know, marketing material for me to open them up on these live streams. And the last couple of months has been absolute chaos, as most of you know. And I started to put these, I got organized, and I made a spot for these to live, and then I started putting them in that spot, but since it was a new spot, I kind of forgot about it, and I didn't realize that they piled up like that. I work with FPV Crate as kind of their technical resource for a lot of things too. So they seem to be pretty happy with our relationship, so they didn't even notice the fact that I hadn't been doing these unboxings, I don't think. So that was cool. It's cool that they value me as a technical resource. You know, they'll shoot me messages like, you know, what about these, we're thinking about doing this, what do you think would be a good set of motors for that? Or what's the best set of 2.5-inch propellers that exist right now? Stuff like that. So it's nice for me to feel like they value the value that I provide. Man, my mouth is just shit in the bed today. You know what I mean, though. But let's dig in. FPV Crate is, they very obviously are the ones that are kind of killing it with these subscription boxes. So if you're going to get a subscription box, it should be from FPV Crate. There's really no reason to go with any other ones. These guys, and I mean, FPV Crate has done such a good job that they've kind of chased all the other guys out of business, which really says a lot. So which month is this? I don't know what months these are. All right, well, this is not the one that I wanted to open first. This is the one that I want to open last. So let's put this one over here, and let's do this fella. Let's do this one first. This one says S12H on it. What's that mean? Okay, this is a good one. So, again, I don't know what month this is, but this is just, hopefully, this is really cool for you guys to get a really good feel for what you get from FPV Crate, right? I'm going to open up 7 of these damn things back to back, so it'll be a really good chance to I don't know, things. You know what I'm saying. The card that tells you what's in it. Sticker sheet. They always really do a good job on these stickers. Whoever the designer is, I know I say this a lot, but whoever the designer is of the stickers, they're killing it. There's always a little coupon that's in here that I can never show you guys, because then you would just steal the coupon code. What do we got here? We've got a TBS Unify Pro HV. Unify HV. This is like the Mac Daddy OG VTX. Always nice to have an extra one of these floating around. Very cool. We got a little bit of Lumineer Axie SMA antenna action. Not stubby, not normal size, but right in between. I actually really like this size. With the right 45-degree mount, this is a really nice size antenna. If you have issues like I do breaking antennas and you're not willing to just keep replacing them over and over again, this is probably your best bet. You know, somebody just asked on the live stream the other day if I thought it would be worth it to go, they'd said, like, I'm getting sick of replacing antennas, is it worth it to go all the way down to the stubby? And I said no, because it really kills performance unless you're only flying bandos and stuff. This is the answer right here. This antenna, I didn't even realize it at the time, but I think this is the answer. This is going to be a lot more durable than the full-length antennas, but it's not going to be completely hidden inside of carbon and lithium polymer like one of the stubbies is. So this is pretty awesome. I might actually use this damn thing. We got a bunch of propellers. Ripsqueak is the latest one. Nice, Ram. You're right. So we will open this one. Not next, but coming up. These are HQ R. Oh, cool. These are the R35s. These are a racing prop, but I've actually heard really good things about these for freestyle because they're really lightweight. This is cool. I have like one set of these, I think, that I was going to do a prop review of. Now I've got 3 more sets and in the proper color, which is smoke gray. I'm actually going to fly those. And a t-shirt. Very cool. I'm so glad that they're getting back into t-shirts. Let's see what it is. Nice. FPV Explorer. I thought it was going to say Flywoo Explorer. With a little jet-powered, 6-engined... What frame is that? Did they use an existing frame? That's pretty dope. Here, maybe you guys are better. A better look at the artwork. That's really cool looking. What frame is that? Anybody know? I think it's kind of a made-up frame. That's dope, though. I'm into that. Cool. So that is one of this year's month's FPV crates. Also, my little hack for organization, these boxes are really well made if you flip them inside. So you can just leave them outside like this, but then it's mainly black, so you can't like Sharpie marker onto it. So what I do is I unfold them. You just in case you've never unfolded a box. I'm trying to do it so that you can see me do it. But you just take the box apart and just put it back together inside out. Well, I can't do it. I'm unable to do it all of a sudden. What's happening? Okay, I can't do it. But yeah, put the box back together inside out, and then it's got all this purpleness, and then you can just Sharpie marker flight controllers onto it, and then you got your box full of flight controllers. You know what I mean? Get organized. Or die. That's how it works. Fairly Functional says, hey! Ram Donko says, Rip Queasy the latest. Robin Duckett says, it's become Mars. Heli was the news at the time. Good call, Robin Duckett. Good fucking call. Love being surrounded by such intelligent people. We've built such a cool community for ourselves here. That's really that's one of the other things I don't talk about Patreon, is that it's just such a good community of people over there. Just a smart group of adults that surround themselves with that have latched on to me and hang out here, and it's pretty cool. What's up, B-Man? How are you? So here we got a little sub 250 action. It looks like I've picked the right box. This is the same box. FPV Explorer Planet Sender. Little sticker sheet here. Here's the little discount code that I can't show you guys. What do we got here? We've got 3 sets of HQ 4 by 2.5 by 2 propellers. So speaking of like FPV Explorer, these are the Flywoo Explorer. I mean, basically, these are, if you want to build a 4-inch long-range rig, which makes an awful lot of sense the more I think about it. These are the props. These and the gem fans. 4-inch bi-blades. These are what you want for the most possible range. You'll probably get a little bit more range out of the gem fans because their propellers tend to be a little bit better balanced, a little bit more efficient, a little bit more current blade profile on a gem fan propeller. The HQ propellers tend to be a little bit more durable. So if you're worried about crashing your long-range rig, maybe you go with the HQs. And then the big ticket item in here is the QAVS Mini. I have a feeling that this is the 4-inch version because they put 4-inch props in there. Let's take a quick look. I actually have a QAVS Mini build series of live streams here on the channel, and yeah, this is the 4-inch version, which is very, very cool. That's actually what I built. I built the 4-inch version of this rig, and then I gave it away in April for my birthday as one of the many, many, many giveaways that I did in April. And it ended up going to, it ended up going over to Europe. It got hung up in customs. All said and done, I had to pay like over $100 to get the damn thing out of customs. So that ended up being a very expensive giveaway for me. Some lessons learned, but yeah, it's always kind of risky. That's happened to me a couple of times with shipping overseas. I'm willing to ship overseas, but if it's only like $20 or $30 worth of giveaway stuff, I'm usually going to ask you if I can PayPal you the value of the stuff that you won, so that I don't have to. Because yeah, shipping gets really expensive. I spend a good amount of money in shipping every month, and it leaves more of a dent than I would think. But that's the name of the game. It's fine. This is a great frame. This would actually be my pick for a 4-inch long-range frame. I don't think I'm gonna build a 4-inch long-range rig, but if I were to build one, I would put it in this frame. I would put like a, I don't know, maybe when I eventually go to DJI, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? But yeah, great frame, designed by Ryan Harrell, marketed and sold by GetFPV, FPV Crate, Lumineer. Get you one. Let's do another 5-inch box. What we got here? Greg Womack says, would replacing the rubber ducky antenna on a transmitter be a good idea? Looking at VAS Diamond. Could be. I mean, it depends. If you're having fail-safes related to the null, so the rubber ducky antenna is going to have the biggest, the most evident null. Something like I thought you said TBS Diamond. Well, I'll talk about the TBS Diamond. The TBS Diamond antenna is designed to have a very omni pattern, so much less of a null. The VAS Diamond, I believe, is a more directional antenna. So yeah, if that's what you're looking for, antennas are very like, there's really no, what's up, Athix? There's really no like free lunches with antennas. You can certainly find antennas that are cheap and shittily manufactured, and those aren't going to work well at all. But if you stick with VAS and my favorite TrueRC, you don't have to worry about that. And at that, which you should be doing, because antennas are a big deal. At that point, all you really got to do is look at the gain of the antenna. The higher the gain, the more directional it is. That's kind of it. That's sort of an antenna, top to bottom. Higher gain, more directional, more chance of fail-safes if you fly outside of the path, outside of the what did Athix say? He just said hello. Athix, I think Super Deluxe accidentally timed you out. Yeah, so antennas are fairly straightforward. Be mindful of like how good you are at keeping your body pointed towards the quad, and yeah, trust yourself. You'll know, or just get the damn thing, see if you feel safe, and you'll learn that way. What do we got here? We've got, which one's this? Okay, I think this is actually the next one. Cool. Card thing. And then we've got a sticker sheet. This is a pretty cool sticker sheet. Mine got a little bit mangled on the bottom here. Little capacitor sticker got jacked off, but you know, it's okay. Look at that. That's pretty dope. Scrambled egg on the VTX. Oh, yeah. Patrick, my buddy Patrick, P. Richard Scott in the chat, had such a good idea. I was talking to him on the phone before this live stream. He said that I should have a segment for doing, like, blowing shit up, basically. It came to his head because when he was over here 2 weeks ago, and he had that rig that we were going to arm with the motors just sitting on the desk to see how much chaos it would create. We should have a segment like that. So I think it's going to be called Sketchy Sundays. So Sketchy Sunday will maybe be a segment where we do stupid shit. Because, like, there's stupid shit that, like, we've all been curious about, but it's like, nah, I don't want to wreck my own gear. Between Patrick and I, we have a lot of gear that we don't really want anymore. So the scrambled egg on the VTX makes me kind of think about that, right? Like that could be a sketchy Sunday thing that we do. Fire up a VTX, let it sit there at full power and get real hot, and then put stuff on top of it and see what the hell happens. So yeah, start thinking about that. Start thinking about the stuff that you've always wanted to do that's kind of destructive, that Patrick and I can maybe do. Because, yeah, what the hell, man? That's really the only thing on here that I can think of from this little sticker sheet. That's a cool sticker sheet, though. Some of the old generation initial, basically, like, I think of these as prototypes. Freestyle 4 propellers. The ones that you want, if you've got any of these Freestyle 3 or Freestyle 4 propellers, the original ones, you can actually swap them out for the new ones, the F3S and the F4S. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I'm gonna start sending out some of these OG Freestyle 3 and Freestyle 4s for you guys to just test fly to see how you like them. Make sure that you don't crash them. I'm gonna start putting these into all the giveaways because I have a big ass bag of these. But yeah, don't fly these in unrecoverable spots unless they're the new ones. The new ones, the Freestyle 3S, the Freestyle 4S, those are nice and durable. These original Freestyle 3 and 4s, when you hit them hard against brittle objects, they can blow an entire propeller blade off. They have now since fixed that, and they're hooking everybody up that bought these original ones. Yeah, food for thought. Let me actually put these out there towards the giveaway stuff. What do we got here? CiottiFPV 5-volt motor. Oh, that's cool. Motor base LEDs, like what you got with the that Eachine 5-inch rig that's always been really cheap. This is pretty cool, actually. I'm such a fucking LED nerd. So these are gonna go on the bottom of your 5-inch rig arms and give you 2 little LEDs per arm shooting straight downwards. And that's pretty cool. Very cool. I love little stuff like this. You've always got like that one rig, like your old school rig or whatever. Hook that shit up with all the LEDs, and then that can be your night rig. And when the people that don't know about FPV come over, you'd be like, yeah, you want to see something cool? Put that shit up in the air with 80 different LEDs on it. They'll be like, oh my god, you got such a big dick, bro. Another t-shirt. Oh, and the sub 250 is in this case. That's cool. Let's look at the t-shirt first. What do we got here? We got a little bit of. I'll look at it on the screen with you guys. Dive coin. Hodl. FPVcrate.com. Dive coin. Look at that. Little USB on the side there. I think this is supposed to be like a challenge coin, right? Speaking of, look what Joshua very coolly hooked your boy up with at the Flow State filming. Oh shit! I haven't really shown this off because I don't really think that you can get these, and I don't want to generate like a bunch of fucking emails to Joshua like, yo, Ciotti showed us your challenge coin. I need one. I think he just gives these to people when he wants to. Look at that shit though. Look how cool that is. Isn't that gnarly? It's a big bitch too. It's fucking thick, yo. So I think that's what this t-shirt's supposed to be spoofing. Here, let me give you a real look at the artwork. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's a dive coin, yo. Hell yeah. Another cool shirt. Thank you, FPV Crate. Very cool. Here's the big item. Here's the big item in the box. This is a Xylostack F4 flight controller in a really cool little plastic case, actually. I'm gonna keep this little plastic case. Do you guys hoard your little plastic cases? Am I the only one that feels bad about? Oh, it's a Bitcoin spoof. Good call, Kevin Sumner. T-Bird says that's what she said. Big D. Robin Duckett says, gotta go. Catch up with you later. Thanks for hanging, Robin. Also says, Rush Tank solo on max for 2 minutes will do it. Yeah, right. T-Bird says, let's wreck CiottiFPV. Ramdaco says, you missed my disgusting joke at the top. Maybe a good move. Oh, boy. Post it again, Ram. I don't see it. Do me a favor. Tag me and post it again. I'm always down for a disgusting joke. You know me. Cool. So this is an F4 30x30 flight controller with some fancy looking blue grommets. Oh, look at Xylo. This is how you know. This is how you know a company really cares about you. When they have someone, because you can't automate this shit. When they pay someone to put the goddamn rubber grommets in there for you, that's how you know they care. That's how you know Get FPV cares about you, in life and as a customer. There's a big spot on this for you to pin mount something. Oh, and there's see that little connector there? What do they got going on? What are they up to here with this? Pad layout looks pretty good. Ooh, everything is through holes. I really like that. There's through holes in all of these pads. I really, really dig that. If you have the patience, use the through holes. They're very, very strong. Interesting. So I feel like they have this set up so that you can pin mount a Crossfire Nano, because we've got S-Bus, S-Port, TX3, RX3, but then they have this little connector on here, which is interesting. I'm sure there's a story behind this little connector. If you need to know what the deal is with the connector, this is the XyloStax F4 flight controller. I'm sure you can look it up on Get FPV or on FPV Crate. Remember, guys, that FPV Crate is like they sell a lot of good stuff. So head over to FPV Crate. They've got stuff that like nobody else sells too. Like if you have any of these jumper radios, FPV Crate has like all the upgrade and all the replacement pieces. I don't know anybody else that has so many jumper things. This is pretty cool. I dig this F4 flight controller. My phone just went off. Let me just check it real quick here. 1 second, boys and girls. Or I'm hearing things. It's fine too. I'm okay with it. Getting older. Hearing some shit. I'd rather hear extra stuff that doesn't exist than not hear things that do exist. Am I right? Am I right? What is going on with you? Can you, red light, can you, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? Hold on. I'm not in, my level of sexiness is falling rapidly. I gotta, I need all the help I can get, man. Why do you think I'm into lighting? I gotta throw good light at this haggard-ass face to try to get it, try to get it looking good. Alright, power that light, please. That's a little bit better. Is it? Are you powered up now? Little friend? Are you? Why does that still look so goddamn dim? Maybe if I didn't use fucking closet lights as studio lights, I would have better luck. But, you know, you go with what you can afford. Nothing wrong with that. Next up. Yeah, I ain't doing shit. Ain't doing shit. I'm actually gonna turn it off for a minute. Let it recharge a little bit. Sub 250 box. We've got our sticker sheet with smaller versions of those very cool stickers. I really like these. These are, I like all their sticker designs, but these are really, really cool. Ooh, we've got some of these, just the most aggressive of the most aggressive 3-inch propellers, the GemFan Flash 3052s. If you ever wanted to go over 100 miles an hour with a micro, these with some big girthy motors will easily do it. These are these are beautifully well balanced. Oh shit. So they made a change to these. They have changed these to use their multi-mounting platform. This is new. These 3052s have always been M5 mount only, but now they've switched them over so you can actually T-mount these damn things. That's pretty cool. That's really, really nice because we don't have many T-mount 3-inch propellers that are any good. And now we've got one more option. I'm going to keep these, actually. One of the things I really dig about those 3052s is if you ever, like, like 52 pitch is a lot. So if you're like, if you find yourself like bouncing back and forth between a couple different propellers and being like, I don't know if I can quite feel the difference between these, put those 3052s on. They're so pitchy that you'll definitely tell the difference that they make. You'll spend a lot of time in your first couple of years of this hobby fighting placebo. You'll buy something brand new, you'll put it on. If it's close in performance and in spec to what you'd previously had on the rig, it's really easy to like not feel the difference because it's a subtle difference. And you know, we don't have any tactile feedback. We have to base everything off of what we hear and what we see through the goggles, and that's very difficult. So yeah, it's nice to have things that are like way extreme so that you can put that on and be like, oh, that's what a really pitchy prop feels like. Or, oh, these motors are definitely too small for a super pitchy prop. Or, these motors are way too big for these low pitch props that I've been running because they can handle these gigantic pitch propellers just fine, right? So it's really good to kind of keep on hand some like very extreme stuff on one end of the spectrum and some very extreme stuff on the other end of the spectrum. We tend, especially as freestyle pilots, we tend to fall in the middle, right? Like the racers will usually use like really pitchy props, for example. The long range guys will usually use like really low pitch props. For freestyle, we end up in the middle. And as we're in the middle testing 3, 4, 5 different propellers that are in here, it can get a little bit murky. So when it gets murky, put on those racing props, put on those long range props, and it'll just allow you to like actually feel a difference. It's one of the ways that I learned how to tune. I would make these like small little 5 or 10 point adjustments in my PID tune 4 years ago, and I would like convince myself that I could kind of feel the difference, but I really couldn't. But you know, and I would fight with placebo. At one point I said, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna add 30 points of P gain, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's what P gain does. In the process, you run the risk of cooking ESCs and motors, which I did plenty of. But yeah, making a drastic change is a really good way to actually be able to tell the difference between this motor and that motor, or this propeller and that propeller, or this battery and that battery. So try it out. It's kind of the only way that I've been able to tell the difference between some of this stuff, because it is very subtle. Set of motors from Flash Hobby. What do we got? We've got 2004s. 2004 3150. That's a good KV too. This is a really good set of motors for a Cinesplore, actually. If you've got a Cinesplore build, this is the right KV for 4S, and it's the right motor size, 2004. Oh, and they're beautifully smooth. Wow, these are really smooth. Oh yeah. Shit. Yeah, this is damn, I just bought a full, god damn it. I just bought a full set of Axis 2004s for the other Cinewoop. I had these sitting, I would have absolutely used these. Oh my god, they've even got, oh, Flash Hobby, you shouldn't have, but I'm so glad that you did. Look at that, boys and girls. An M2 screw to hold the bell on. Ooh, okay. Who did they buy? Flash what? Flash Hobby? Flash Hobby. Respect. Respect, Flash Hobby. Okay. I'll fuck with these. I'm not going to use these because I'm more interested in the Axises. But damn, that's okay. That's a good sub 250 box right there. You know, 2004s are like $20 each. This is like $80 worth of motors. The FPV crates don't cost that. That's kind of the beauty of the FPV crate, right? They can order 1 million motors and get a really good deal on them, and then put them into the boxes. And you know, you pay $40-$50 or whatever for the box, and you get $70-$80-$90 worth of stuff. The trick is, every once in a while you'll get a box that has stuff in there that you don't necessarily want, That's where FPV Exchange comes in, right? Throw them up on FPV Exchange, which is what I might do with... Nah, these will go... Everything that I get that I don't want ends up in the giveaways, so it works really well for me. But for you guys, that's where FPV Exchange is going to become killer. You get your FPV crate, it's filled with stuff you don't need, put it up on FPV Exchange, you'll probably get the value that you paid for the FPV crate, and somebody else will get awesome motors for a good deal. Damn, I can't believe these were sitting in. Can't believe these were sitting in this room, and I didn't. And I needed a set of 2004s, and I didn't. Well, it serves me right. Serves me right. Now we're gonna do this one. We just did a sub 250. We'll do this 5-inch box. We got the card. We've got the coupon code, which is a Get FPV 5% off store-wide. Secret code. We've got a sticker sheet. Oh, that's cool. That's a fun sticker sheet. Look at that. A little bit of whimsy in your stickers for this month. A little bit of steampunkness on the Hero 8, I guess that is. Some propeller flowers. Is that a toaster? Is that a toaster quad? And then that rig stuck in the tree next to the little bird. Very cool. Damn. I dig that. Oh, I'd heard about this. I had heard about this. So this is like a slimmed down, it's called an instruction booklet, a slimmed down version of FPV Flight Dynamics by Malika. Mastering acro mode on high performance drones. So I guess this is all geared towards acro. Man, Christian did such a good job with this. This is sick, dude. Here's the table of contents to give you an idea of what's in here. How to play the game using the controller, pitch and roll, yaw the manipulator, throttle is king, baseline position, game screen, mixing roll and yaw, mixing pitch and throttle, 2D sweeps and corners, ascents and descents, the power loop, the aileron roll, the classic split S, flips, splits and rolls, advanced tricks. If you haven't gotten your copy of FPV Flight Dynamics, you should. It's really good, and you're going to support an awesome dude. Look him up on Instagram at Vespula FPV. V-E-S-P-U-L-A. V-E-S-P-U-L-A FPV. Kristen is an awesome dude. The story behind like his life leading up to him writing the book is pretty gnarly. He's a strong dude doing strong work. And this is awesome. I'm actually keeping this. This is really cool. What do we got? Ooh, I smell some 5147s in the right color. 3 sets of Gemfan Hurricane 5147s in Joshua Bardwell purple. I'm feeling way better, CMYK. Way better. What's up, Ram? 5147s. These are a little too pitchy for me, so these are going to wind up in giveaways, but these are fantastic props. And again, they are the right color, which is always a plus. Ooh, now we're talking. One of the ideas that popped up recently in the FPV Crate chat is tools. How nice it is to get tools in the boxes. So they've thrown in a set of spring-loaded, really nice, thin-tipped tweezers. It is, even if you have a set of these or 2 sets of these, it's nice to have 3 and 4 and 5 sets of these. Just super nice to have around. And I only have 1 set of the spring-loaded ones, so I'm keeping these. Yeah, I only have that 1 wooden spring-loaded. I would love to have a spring-loaded set in my flight bag. So, yeah, you'd be mine. We got a shirt. We've got a shirt. It's purple, and I can see Joshua's logo on it. Yeah, this is the Bardwell box. Am I caught up on chat? No, I'm not. There it be. Oh man, I'm gonna fucking wear this proudly. Yeah, that's gorgeous. We got some really, really talented artists, graphic designers, I should say, in FPV. The most talented of which, obviously, is CMYK FPV. Look at that. That's real cool. It's got such a cool style and vibe to that art. Love it. Love this, man. I'm going to wear the shit out of this shirt. Ooh, yeah. And then, of course, the QAVS Joshua Bardwell edition. I had previously planned to build this, but I think I'm actually going to do a giveaway with this. Since what I was going to do is I was going to take that Prototype 5 build that I had, and I was going to move that electronics package, that squid, into this frame. But then I lost my cinematic builds. And so what kind of makes more sense is for me to take that squid and put it into another glide so that I have a cinematic glide again, and to do a giveaway with this. Realistically, I'm not going to switch over. As much as I want to build this frame and review this frame, I'll do that for you right now. I'll give you the review of this frame right now. It's really good. That's it. The glide frame is also really good. Pretty much all of the frames that come out right now are really good. This frame is so similar to the glide that I don't really, I know it's good. Joshua knows what he's doing, obviously, right? He worked with Ryan Harrell to design an awesome frame. And I'm sure this is an amazing frame. I don't really need to review this. Like, I would rather just give this away, you know what I mean? So that one of you guys can benefit from it. All I'm going to do if I build it is break the damn thing, and then I'll end up doing a giveaway with it anyway, and then you'll have to buy replacement arms or replacement base plate or whatever. So, yeah. And I've even got TPU. So this will be an awesome little giveaway. Christ, I've even got antenna mount TPU for this. So, yeah. I'm just so in the glide ecosystem that it really doesn't make any sense for me to change. And frames are now at this point where, like, I'm sure there's a couple of things that are a little bit better about this frame than the glide, but then there's some things about the glide that are a little bit better than this. And since I'm so ingrained in the little glide ecosystem or whatever right now, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really make much sense for me to dive into a different frame. So you guys will benefit from that. Somebody will, in one of these upcoming every other Monday giveaways, somebody will be winning a QAVS Joshua Bardwell edition. And that's pretty awesome, because that's a great frame, and whoever wins it is going to love it. Here's the sub 250 box. We've got a small version of that sticker sheet, of course. We've got the thing telling us everything in there. We've got another 5% off store-wide discount code. And then we've got some Gem Fan props. We've got some bright-ass yellow 3016 by 3s. These are hands down the best of the toothpick props. I actually might be diving back into the world of the toothpick. So I can now show you guys this. Emacs sent me the Nanohawk. I just watched Nurk and Nick Burns' review of it. I'm pretty impressed. Here's what I was most impressed with, though, to be completely honest. Nurk put an Insta360 Go 2 on this, and somehow there were no propellers in view. One of the big reasons, those of you that have been around for a while know, good and well by this point, that one of the big reasons I've stayed away from toothpicks is because there's not a good way of putting HD on them. Even if you do put HD on them, you have like an acre of propeller in view, and in most cases you have motor bell in view. If an Insta360 Go 2 can be put on this thing, which is a fucking toothpick, this is a 3-inch toothpick, that's all this is, all we need is the mount. All we need is a mount for the baby tooth or the toothpick from FPV Cycle. And yeah, so I actually messaged, after I watched that in the Nerk video, I messaged Rugi. I was like, dude, you're not gonna tell me that there's a way to get props out of view with HD? And I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew of a way to mount an Insta360 Go on a toothpick and not have props in view, because I've said that to him a million times, that the only thing that's ever held me back from building one of his toothpicks is the fact that HD is a requirement for me. It's my own requirement, but I'm allowed to have requirements. And props in view. So yeah, if any of you toothpick fans out there know of a mount for the baby tooth or the toothpick from FPV Cycle that'll mount the Insta360 Go. I don't have the Go 2 yet because Best Buy doesn't have it in stock yet. That'll keep the props out of view. Hook a brother up. I can probably just go on Thingiverse and do a quick search and find one, which I will do. But yeah, I'll finally do a toothpick build on the channel. What do you think of that? Last but not least, we've got a CiottiFPV 30 amp ESC. Ooh, very cool. Little XT30 action here. Interesting little case. And ooh, this is a tiny boy. Is this 16 by 16? Nah, it's 20 by 20. Wiring diagram, motor 1, 2, 3, 4, voltage and ground. So this is BLHeli-S. There is not a telemetry or current sense out, which is pretty standard. This thing looks really, wow, there's a lot of capacitors on this. Yo, this looks like I've never heard of this company, CiottiFPV, but I'm still kind of convinced that everything is made in the same place, or like maybe one or two places. This looks really nice. Look at this thing, guys. This is, I'm usually kind of a dick, just in general, with gear that is not made by, Acon and Acon. But this looks really nice. All right, Logitech, every once in a while, I would appreciate a little bit of cooperation. And those are usually the times that I don't get it. Look at this, man. This looks really clean. Look at this row of capacitors, though. This is very unusual for a small 20 by 20 ESC to have this many capacitors, and then it's got a bunch more over here, two little banks of capacitors over here. And then this centerpiece is a heat shield for all the FETs. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. Yeah, you can kind of see them. See all the little FETs in there? So this is cool, man. I really like this. Another couple capacitors down here. And then a couple more FETs on the bottom there. This is on the surface, right? I mean, I have no idea if it'll catch on fire as soon as you put voltage to it or the first time you crash it. But on the surface, this looks pretty damn good. 2S to 5S, very cool. BLHeli-S, D-Shot 600, 30 amp. Nice little 20 by 20, okay. I ain't mad at it. It's a little bit oversized. The 20 by 20 holes are here, and it's a little bit wider in one direction than the other, which is usually fine. The motor pads are plenty big and like really nicely spaced out. This is a really nice ESC, as long as it survives. The only ding is that it's not BLHeli 32, but most of them aren't, to be honest. Oh, and they give you an XT60 and an XT30. Nice little ESC. Very cool. I'm totally down with this. Put it in a little bag. This little box that it came with will not stand. The aggression of this box that it came with will not stand, boys and girls. Let me get caught up on the chat a little bit. Athix says FPV Crate has 10 motors for 100 DL currently. Wow. 2206 and a half in 1700, 2550, 1900, 2700 kV. Very cool. June Loco says, I'll buy them off you. Usually I put stuff into the giveaways because otherwise I just have to go buy stuff for the giveaways. So it kind of, like, unless I charge you retail, I have to go buy stuff for the giveaways at retail, right? So, like, unless you're going to buy these off me at retail, it doesn't really make any sense. So you kind of might as well just buy them for yourself at retail. You know what I mean? You're going to get free shipping anyway on a set of motors. Does it tell me? Yeah, it does. Oh, but it's backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Wiring diagram's good. I don't really need the wiring diagram. I'm going to get rid of it. What about this little spec sheet? Input voltage 2S to 5S, rated current 30 amp by 4, peak current 35 for 10 seconds, BEC no, firmware BL yes, D-Shot 300 or 600, mounting hole position 20 millimeter M2, shipment includes 6-pin cable, AMAS original XT30 and XT60. I'm just going to take the XT30 and 60s out and put them into my little case of XT30s and 60s, and now I can get rid of this little jib jab. Damn. Nice little 20 by 20. I'm into that. Very cool. Wait a second. Let me do this. Yeah, you know, let me save this just in case. This might end up in the giveaways. This might end up in a giveaway. So let me just hang on to it, just in case. There we go. And yeah. Maybe. I don't. I'm trying to think where I'm at the moment with small 20 by 20 ESCs. I might have a couple extra GS25s. If I have a bunch of extra GS25s, I might actually never end up using this. But I am going to throw it over near my box of stuff rather than in the pile of stuff they're going to end up in giveaways. Ramdonko says, ho, ho, ho. T-Bird says, the stuff I don't want, I ship to you. I'll have a box ready for you. Nice. Thanks, T-Bird. CiottiFPV says, how you feeling, man? Way better. Yesterday, things finally started coming around for me. Ramdonko says, shiny box. Hey, check out, I did an Assetto Corsa stream yesterday with the white Stig helmet on, and it was miserable. I'm used to, typically when I wear a motorsport helmet, I'm doing motorsport. And when you're doing motorsport things, there's air moving around. And the air moving around, typically hitting you in the face when you're in a go-kart or a car, prevents fogging of the visor. When you're sitting in your living room, there's no air moving. And it gets really hot. Ramdago says, realize just got an extra plus being a TPU mount for the Ripsqueak, hands out front 19 millimeters. Realized I got an extra plus being a TPU mount. Oh, they sent you an extra TPU mount? That's awesome. Yeah, Bill does that a lot. He's super cool like that. T-Bird says, I've already blown that up on my Ripsqueak. Really? Was it your fault, hopefully, T-Bird? Just lie and say that it was. Last of the sub 250 boxes here that I need to unbox. I think this is now the one from like last week or whatever. Nope, this is an old one. Because it says Independence. This is from July. So I think now I'm opening up the oldest of the, oh, for fuck's sake. The oldest of the boxes? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just the oldest of the sub 250s that I'm opening. Alright. A little bit of America there. We've got some HQ props. They are 3 by 2.5 by 3. So, be 3 by 2.5 by 3 T-mount HQ props. These propellers have been out for a long time, probably about a year, and I have bought 2 or 3 bags of these now from different resellers, at different points in time over the last year that these have been available, and they have all been unbalanced. So be careful with these propellers. Maybe I have voiced this to HQ on multiple occasions. Whenever I see anybody on Facebook complaining about these propellers or asking if these propellers are any good, I let them know exactly what I just let you guys know. Hopefully, by this point, HQ has fixed the problem, but I doubt it. Because more than likely, when a propeller out of the bag is not balanced, the mold is fucked up, and the molds are very, 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 very expensive. So my hunch is that these are not going to be perfectly balanced. I crank the tunes up on my micros to try to get them absolutely locked in. If you're running like Betaflight defaults, you might be totally fine with these, but fair warning, these do not, the previous bags of these that I've bought, and it's been a while, I probably haven't bought a bag of these for at least 6 months, so maybe these are fine, but yeah, the previous bags of these that I've bought, they did come right out of the bag unbalanced, so be careful with these. T-Bird, if that ESC blew up while you were trying these propellers, might have been because of these propellers being out of balance. I will put these over by my shit, and I will give these a try, and hopefully they are well balanced, because this is a good pitch. This is 3 by 2.5 pitch, and that's a good propeller for a ripsqueak. That's a good spec propeller for a ripsqueak, but it has to be well balanced. So I will get back to you guys on that. There it is. No, this is the most recent box. There it be. The Ripsqueak V2 3-inch with the beautiful light blue TPU. We've already done a Ripsqueak 2 unboxing on here. I don't know if this is gonna end up. So Bill sent me 2 of these V2s for nothing, which was very, very cool of him. Knowing good and well that I'm gonna probably end up building them here on the live stream, and he can get some marketing juice out of it. But this is awesome to have a third one. I'll probably hold on to this because this is going to be an extra top plate for me and an extra bottom plate for me. And that's just really nice to have. Ooh, another one of the BQE magnets. I like that. Big fan of that. Put this in the refrigerator. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, buddy. Some more BQE stickers. I always like that, and a little set of hardware. Very cool. I am now totally stocked up on Ripsqueak V2 parts, and that's pretty rad. That's a good little sub 250 box right there, man. The best 3-inch frame in the game. This sticker sheet came in one of these boxes. I don't know which one. And last 5-inch box here. I have absolutely no idea what's going to be in here. Let me keep getting caught up on chat. T-Bird says I was turtling hard. That'll do it. Alec Dvornik says, how do you tell if a prop is not balanced? Really good question, Alec. You can, well, you know, we can take a look right now, actually. We can take a look right now, and we might be able to, I mean, I almost said bunk. So, like, you know, we've got the word debunk. Is the opposite of debunk bunk? No, right? That's a character in The Wire. We can maybe, I can maybe show you guys. If it's not balanced, I might be able to show you. So this is a very inexact way of figuring it out. You just use a piece of solder and you just give it little bumps. Just bump it. Just touch it a little bit. And what you're looking for is, does it, you'll know. Like if it's unbalanced, one side will always want to go down. You know what I mean? Because one side will be heavier. But this actually looks pretty good. My preferred way to test if props are balanced is to fly them. And if the PID loop, if the motors get hotter than they normally do, the prop's unbalanced. Sometimes you can even hear it. Sometimes you can see it. Ooh, did you see that? Did you see that big movement that it just did? That ain't good. That's not what we want. So when you bump it like this, what you want to see is that it just stops. You don't want it to rebound and go back the other direction like that. So this is unbalanced. I don't think it's as bad as the ones that I remember testing before, but this is definitely not balanced. You don't want it to swing back the other direction like that. There should really be no momentum to this, right? When it's swinging back the other direction, see that big swing? That's unbalanced. They're still unbalanced. Let me show you a GemFan prop that doesn't do that. Yeah, it helps if your rig has like a kind of cranked up PID tune, because then any amount of imbalance is going to really, show through or whatever. So here's a GemFan 3016. And we should be able to see a pretty stark difference. So watch for that rebound. See how it settles a lot quicker? There's always going to be a little bit of a rebound, but there should never be a big rebound like what we were seeing on that other prop. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see this, but if you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about because it's hard to see from this camera angle, let me know and I'll try to do it on the other camera. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just try to do it on the other camera anyway. So that's what it's supposed to look like. This is not going to be in focus, but that doesn't matter because all you're looking for is the rotation of the propeller. And this is just a little piece of solder that I'm doing this on. So this is what you want to see. You should push it a little bit, and then it'll do a little wiggle, but there won't be one side that always goes to the bottom, and it won't do a big wiggle. It'll just do a little wiggle. And you just bump it a little bit, bump it, bump it. And this is, again, very inexact, but in a second, you're going to see a big difference. So this is what you want to see. This is the way GemFan props, this is the way that every single GemFan prop I've ever tested responds. This is the way that some HQ props respond. Little bump. Now that one's fine. That one's fine. We're okay. See that bigger? See how it really started to push back the other direction? And you see that one? So we're starting to find the heavy spot. There's a heavy spot here. See that? See how it kept going there? That's not what you want to see. And if you just sit here and you keep doing it, eventually you'll get like a big rebound where it finds the heavy spot. Again, very inexact, but I think you guys can tell. See that big motion? And, but yeah, the better way is just to put it on a rig that's got a good tight PID tune and look at the motor heat. Yeah, so the heavy spot is somewhere in here. See that big bounce back? See that? You could really see it there, right? It really, you watched it fall into the heavy spot. So yeah, these are still imbalanced. Again, if your PID tune is not totally cranked up, you might be okay. I also had Patrick test a set of these on his rip squeaks, and same deal. I was in the middle CK. If I wasn't in the middle hole, I mean, it would have been, the whole thing would have, I wouldn't have been able to do that test. So yeah, those are out of balance, which they have been for the last year that they've been available. Multiple people have now tested that. Ram Donko says, Emax is this week's thing, 1S 3-inch biprop. I'm so projected to. You mean this, Ram? They sent this to me like a month ago. Yeah, I need to do a little stream on it. This is going to be the last FPV crate box that I unbox, and I'm going to shut this motherfucker down. We've got the thing that tells you everything that's in here. Very cool. The Ethics, what are they even calling these? P4 candy cane propellers. I like the red. I'm probably going to gank the reds out of here and hang on to a set of these reds. These are... What's the pitch on these? Are these 36 pitch? No, they're 40 pitch. 5.1 by 4 by 3. So if you need something that's a little bit more pitchy than a Gemfan P4S, these are going to get the job done for you. Kind of crazy colors, but you know, try to be less vain, you vain bastard. I really prefer the 5143 Gemfans. This is still using their old school prop shape, which is not as efficient, not as thrusty. It's nice that these have a little bit more pitch, but these are going to actually go right into a giveaway. I know exactly how those are going to fly. We've got a t-shirt. It looks very Nickelodeon-ish, which I'm excited about. Big FPV says you can't check a prop like that with a piece of solder. You can. I've tested prop balance like that for the last almost 5 years now, and as I said, it is an inexact test, but it gives you it gives you a data point, and then every time, 100% of the time, that I've found propellers to be imbalanced while using that test, when I put them on a rig with a cranked up PID tune, they go bananas. Those two things together absolutely work and have worked 100% of the time to see if a prop is imbalanced. I mean, the prop is either balanced or it's not. It's a pretty sort of binary all or nothing comparison. I know that seems like a weird way to test it, but you know, results are results, you know, like yeah, the results speak for themselves. We've got some Nickelodeon shit going on here. I dig that. FPV crate with a bunch of propellers on it. Can we tell what propellers they are? Nah, they just use like a generic propeller shape. That's a cool shirt. Very 80s Nickelodeon. All of you fellow 80s kids will dig this one. I like that. You'll see that on the stream for sure. What do we got here? Well, it looks like maybe a landing mat. Wrong camera. Hey. What Big FPV might be saying or referring to, so if you come from the world, so what I'm doing with the little solder test is I'm trying to see if a propeller is imbalanced or is not imbalanced. What I'm not trying to do is balance the propeller. That you can't do with this test. No. In order to be able to balance a propeller, you have to have something that's going to mount to the middle that's on bearings that has little to no friction. I mean, obviously, it's never going to be no friction, but as little as friction as possible, because then when you do that little test, it'll find the heavy spot, and 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 then you can go to that heavy spot and you can take some material off and you can do the test again. That is not what we're trying to do. I have been down that road of balancing micro propellers because 4 to 5 years ago, there were no balanced micro propellers. They were all really bad, and I was desperate to get a good PID tune. So I went down the path of figuring out how the hell to balance these propellers. And believe it or not, I did use this trick, and it did kind of work. It didn't work great, but it did kind of work. But it was very inexact. Like, I would balance it and I would respin it, and it would it just wouldn't track. Like, the change that I made wouldn't have actually improved it. But that's not what we're trying to do. All we're trying to do is see if it is or isn't. And I think we could very clearly see in that test that the gem fan propeller would stop and just rebound a little bit, and the HQ propeller would have much more momentum when the heavy spot was facing downwards when it would rebound. I think that was pretty obvious. It seems like the chat most of the chat was able to see that. So we got a thing here. What's this thing? Is this a work mat? Oh, I might have a new work mat. And it looks to be the same size as this other one. Oh, it is. Oh my god. I think this is going to be my new little work mat here. Let me just mash these all off the end. Just put these up here so that I can remind myself to put them away, but this is more important. Look at that. So I gotta get those, gotta figure out how to get these folds out of it, but that's pretty dope. I've never had a work mat it's like a squishy kind of material, which could be kind of cool. But what I'm most excited about, though, is this camera. This mat might allow this camera to focus better. This busy-ass mat makes this camera always focus on the distance that this mat is, so that when I hold something up, it tends to not want to focus on it. This mat here, having less busyness to the design, should be a lot better with that. So like, for example, if I hold this up and then it still focuses very slow, but yeah, shit, I'm gonna figure out how to get this thing flattened out, and I'm gonna start using this a little bit. Nice. Wow, it's almost like they knew. We've been talking about that, right? We've been talking about that on this stream for a little while now. I've mentioned that I was thinking about taking sandpaper and trying to sand off the center of this mat, the grid from the center of this mat, so that it would... What's happening is when cameras autofocus, they look for contrast. They look for brightness and darkness. And what they do is they try to they autofocus until the convergence between the bright and the dark is as crisp as possible. So this mat is really good at making this camera lock focus because it has extreme contrast all over the place, light and dark. But the problem is I work on stuff that are a little bit tall, right? And I hold stuff up to the camera and I want it to... So right now this mat is like creating this camera. It's allowing this camera to like really always lock focus on this distance, and I don't necessarily want that. So yeah, there's some more camera talk for you. Another sticker sheet. FPV Independence, indeed. And we've got a set of Velox Veloce motors. Very cool. So this is the last 5-inch box that I'm opening here. I don't know what month this is from, but this is actually a really good box. These are 2206.5 1900 kV, and man, I am very curious about these motors. These motors went on that that giveaway QAVS that I built a couple of months ago, and it was like heartbreaking to see these go. I think I'm gonna run a set of these now. I think I'm going to put these onto... I have a couple of prototype frames that... Oh, thank God, I just got this shit scared. There's a prototype frame, like, right here. Right behind this. There's a frame that I'm on NDA to not let anybody see it. So that's kind of cool. I just shit a brick for a second there. I'm like, great, I've been showing everybody this fucking frame for the last... God knows how long. So this is cool. Yeah, I am actually going to hang on to these because I'm very curious as to what a 2206.5 feels like. 1900 kV is a perfect kV too, and they're T-motors, so they're going to be good. So this is slick. I'm kind of low-ish on 5-inch motors. I don't have tons of 5-inch motors coming out of my ass anymore. Christmas unboxing FPV show, Ramdonko says. Yeah, indeed. E-Doc says it's weird that they're different KV from the last Velox box. I didn't even notice that. I guess were the old ones 2400 kV? Robin Duckett says it's neoprene. Don't touch it with the soldering iron. It smells bad. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a problem. It is neoprene. You're right. You can smell it. even when it's not on fire. Cool, we're caught up on chat. Thanks for hanging out, boys and girls. Let me find something for you to watch here as your favorite little outro. I'm gonna go to Epidemic Sound, find a little bit of music here. I'm gonna play you something from that same spot from the beginning of the stream. Really cool little spot. Usually there's cars in that parking lot. I call spots like this flow cubes. It's, I guess, like flow half pipe would be better. Flow cube is more when there's 4 buildings and you've got like a cube that you can play around in. This is we'll call this the flow half pipe, the Alpharetta flow half pipe. See if this is a half decent song. Let me pick another one of these. 1.11 gigs. This should be good. That's not a good song. This could be better. All right, boys. I'll see you on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Yeah, Sunday at 3 o'clock. We'll try to do a little bit of simming again, but it's going to depend on if there's anybody left that hasn't updated their Velocidrone. We'll figure that out on Sunday. Thanks for hanging out, fellas. I love every single one of you. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me CiottiFPV. Head on over to www.CiottiFPV.com. Click all the buttons. Click the like button. Click the bell button. Subscribe. All that shit. It really does help me out. Yeah, love bringing you guys on this journey with me, but we just need to keep going. Which I ain't going nowhere. Come with me, people. I'll show you some cool shit along the way. Here you go. Drift Edit coming soon. Those of you that follow me on Instagram have seen some of it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go.
those are probably perfect.
When did you buy them? Recently?
Like